Well, hello, rail friends. Tell you what, we are live and we're going to move spots here. So y'all just sit tight for a moment while we get comfortable.
Wauhatchie. Yeah, auto Wauhatchie. Going to be pulling out away from the switch cars, a TTGX 707 335.
Corey is taking that other group back to the building. It's just us.
Section on. Out. Yeah, if you don't care. Down on the ground, down the bottom. Cut out. Yeah. Can you get a Norfolk south too? What? Lost CP. The dynamic cut out a third one. The dynamic is cut out on the... Oh, you let it go? Yeah. Stop him. I got all cut out in the nose on that plate. I'll just back in, Greg. Thank you.
Where before late 85 there, I've got wow.
13134 Penal on the main on north of Wauhatchie in the clear.
1318, Fort Payne. Alright, thank you, Rocket. Alright, thank you.
Air brake fire. Well, use only.
Appreciate it.
Okay, that's better. Bye. Going north, 565. Line that way, we are official. Alright, cover about this down. Line down. It was down. Wauhatchie. 23. 1.0 track 1.
Hello, rail friends. We are live. We are at Old Wauhatchie Pike at the crossing. We've got a train sitting right there looking right at us. We'll talk once he makes his way here. But right now, we've got a couple more things to do to get ready.
Boarding track number 5, clear.
Stay on the 5, clear.
Yep.
Hey everybody, thanks for being Trackside. Don't have a monitor up yet or anything. We just rolled up here. We're throwing everything together real quick. Hope I'm high enough you can see me, but we are live here on Rail Moments at the next crossing as we get set up. Got to connect to the satellites, a couple more things. Hope this signal's okay. Hope you can see me. Hope you're ready. Hope you're excited, because I am all of the above. We got wind, we got action. We just had one on the Norfolk Southern AGS line. We are on the joint line, but we'll talk a little bit more once we get all situated. Y'all keep an eye on him for me. Scanner's on. And we have the arrival of a PTI car. Well, it looks like what was a crew inside there.
I just told you. I said I just told you. Sit down on. We'll set you on. Take it up the web. We'll cut off the way over the bridge, probably. What are we taking up? Oh, I'm sorry, hang on just. No, sir, he's right here. We've already reset everything. Thank you. got glad. I have to go and drive today. I get you. Yeah. Want to have we get, I've got a train and 2 track. We're going to need some help. I get to drive around south end and go there in between, roads. Where I'm bringing them in now. Thank you, sir.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back Trackside here. And I think somebody said when we first got on, who was that? Crash, was that you? Good old Wauhatchie Pike, one of his favorites. Where we are live, we are Trackside, and if everything is hooked up right, we are on satellite. Man, oh man, oh man, what an exciting start. Whoa, jeez, we just had one of everything. Literally, as we pulled up where we are, Old Wauhatchie Pike on the joint line or the CSX Chattanooga sub, depending on what you want to call it. If you ask 10 people, there's two different choices split between the five. So on the joint line, NS, BNSF, UP, and CSX all roll across our top two tracks, where we are double track here at Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing in Lookout Valley. We're over at Mama Bear and Papa Bear and Gavin territory this afternoon. Chattanooga that way. Oh, let's see. New Hope, Nickajack Lake, Bridgeport, Stevenson, The Split, Cowan, Nashville for CSX, Huntsville, and Decatur, Alabama for Norfolk Southern, and Memphis West End for BNSF and NS. So, and on the lower one, the lower line, where we started out with our very first train while he was rolling down on the AGS, Chattanooga, on down to Birmingham, where many of you are tracking right now, our yard switcher being escorted from New York to New Orleans by one NS locomotive. He went through by TVRM this morning around 10:45. You're going to try and find him on the cam, but you only have a moment because the whole train is two cars or two locomotives. The Amtrak switcher and the NS lead locomotive. I understand they were down at Fort Payne probably an hour ago, and they were waiting for what I'm going to guess were the two trains that rolled up. And not sure who said it, but yes, the stinky train. Pew! And on this 80-degree weather day, pew! Oh my. So, when we first got here, and it's April 5th, 2025, for those of you that are new or watch this in the future. Why does Mike say that? Why does Mike always tell us the date? Reason being is when we reference something's going to happen this week or tomorrow or whatever, this is live. And for those of you who are with me all the time and hang out with Casey and I, you know that, but a lot of the rest don't. So what happens is once we are done with this live, and whatever you see, whatever I see, you see within seconds after I do. And once we're done, we hit the blue button on the feed that says done. It processes through YouTube, and then it becomes part of the Rail Moments library under the live category. Once Casey gets done with his technology and ads and fingernails and all that kind of good, thumbprints, all those cool things, And he puts the picture up, then it goes into our library for Trackside Live, which is what we are. Trackside Live right here at the next crossing. And we had to hurry. I hope I did all the setup right. I hope we're connected to the satellite properly. I mean, we have so much going on. Now, gate up top, gate down below, no man's land in between. When either side has a train, both gates go down. So we are up on the crossing side on the upper part on the joint line. And like I said, we first got here, we had let's see, from here I think they're still considered southbound. Well, on the AGS, that would be going into Chattanooga, so I believe they call it westbound. No, I'll get it right, excuse me. Eastbound. Oh yeah, I gotta get caught up with where I am. Since this is CSX, they consider this north-south. So, north, which is the direction our last train was here. So, on the scanner, you're going to hear the CSX Wauhatchie yard when I turn it back up. But when we first got here, we had our first AGS, couldn't get on in time to get the locomotives in, but we did. Then we had the stinky train. What's the stinky train? The trash train. Back up with, you're right, more trash. And yes, that is exactly what that train, when they reverse him and turn him back around and send him back down to Alabama, that's exactly what he is packed with. Trash. Trash, trash, and more trash. All of those container cars full of trash. Now we have yellow, we have amber behind. So I'm going to guess the crew's about ready. They're telling him to get set, get ready with his amber, so he'll be proceeding here shortly. So just to recap, and then you saw our lone locomotive by himself up front with the trash train running towards Chattanooga. So the head of that locomotive, although as you know they go both ways, but he was nose in, so there's a lot of territory in front of him to watch. And then our CSX train that was sitting down there made it on past. In the meantime, PTI came, brought a crew, picked up a crew. You saw all that take place behind us. So, crew off, crew on, PTI this way while the trains are coming, CSX to NS, and we are ready for some more action. So, first off, we'll take a look at the signals. Let's see. Hello, Texas. Railfan Lucas, good to have you on. Crash, as always, great to see you. Tony, how are you? Tara, and I'm not sure if it's Tara or Tara, so if you want to spell it out for me, then I will try and remember and get it right. So if I'm saying it wrong, if it's not Tara, let me know. Anyhow, going to show you the signal boards, and then we will get ready for more action right here. Anybody have a question, shout it out. If I don't know the answer, we'll try a lifeline to get an answer for you, where we have a plethora of activity. Like I said, you got kind of almost one of everything in there. From crew change, you're gonna have a train startup. So enough out of me. Let's listen to all this happen. All right, Tara. Okay. Now all I gotta do is remember that, Tara. Thanks for being on, Tara. All right, real quick. Hope I don't have you on Matt. Yeah, okay, we're good there. All right, here are our signals. Amber over red. Red over red over red. Sorry I didn't zoom you all back out there. I know that's awful when I do that. My apologies. Our train from the go. He's gonna drop a light.
What time we get to? To make destination number.
Check out the old truck, guys. Oh, more action, guys. I gotta move y'all. Y'all hang on. Hang on. This is how you put a high rail on the rails. PTI car going around him. Well, that didn't take long. There they go. On the AGS. Accelerated on the AGS. Going south. Maybe the stinky train dropped some trash. Oh. Man, oh man, oh man, what a lot of excitement. And yes, is it ever windy? Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. We've had so much fun. You can't put that much fun in a bag and stomp it with both feet to get as much fun as we just had. And all that action at the same time at one crossing, you guys. We didn't go 6 places to get all that. Right here, one place. Hello, everybody. Whoa. I hope you guys have been riveted to your seats because it's been riveting. Oh my goodness. How much excitement can you pack into 50 minutes for railroad fun, for rail fanning fun, as we have right here? Everything from terracing a missing number board, a YN2 up front, a trash train, stinky trash train, downwind of that fellow today. The lead locomotive, nose in, running towards Chattanooga. Traffic on the AGS, a high railer going on, PTI picking crews up, dropping crews off, a train crew switch, a train crew startup. Oh, all the waves from all the folks going by. How cool is it today? Gate action. And there's all, talking about gate action, there's all kinds of pieces of the gate laying here. Here's part of somebody's car spread all over here. Pieces of the gate and the arm all laying here. Parts, used flares, the gates over here. So I'm guessing somebody might have forgotten to make the turn and took out the old gate here. Oh, let's just kind of give you a little peek at all this just for funsies. First of all, let's zoom you all the way out. Assume that I've got that. All right, Axe Production Unit 6 you're seeing there. There's part of the old gate. So if anybody wants a broken the middle gate, you can come get one. There's parts of that, parts of the car, parts of the crossing. Here's the arm. And you're right, horn. Good job, you guys. There's the diverge.
20. You dropping off. Just okay. Rail. Get out like a stop and put a handbrake on it, hit the stop button. Rebroadcast. Norfolk, milepost 28.1, no defects. Norfolk, milepost 28.1, no defects. 3343, releasing that. Clear point ground. Get the good back close. One clear. Alright, drop it in. You're out. Broadcast. Norfolk Southern, milepost 248 point, no defects. Norfolk Southern, milepost 248 point, no defects. Okay.
Well, Crash, I just checked for you. And there is nothing on the gate R-rated anymore. So, you're good to go. You can come back out and read the gate again. All right, there's a peak between the gate and production 6 of our lights. Get you level there. Lucas, NS 355. He's going to be headed our way if I read your statement correct. If so, thank you. And we sent you the high railer. It's only fair you exchange him out for a train. I like that. Let's see what else we can send down towards Fort Payne and Trenton. All right, so our next is NS 355 rolling at this time, Lucas? And yes, we do have another horn, although because there's so much down in the yard going on and the wind is blowing this way incredibly, so just not sure what's coming or going. But we'll continue to monitor this, and everybody tell Lucas thanks. So NS 355 is going to be on the AGS, and he is currently at 23rd Street, if I get this correct. Thank you, Lucas. And for those of you that have been here before, and I'm going to give you magnified here. The reason being is if you look right over here, starting right there, you see orange and white and all kinds of colors. Those are a whole array of insect traps spread all across here, of different sizes, shapes, colors, designs, you name it, all in there. And they run from the control box all the way down along that ditch. So I don't know if it's a test to find out which ones work best. Hey, we got a hook. Whether that truck's there because it's broke or they didn't pay the bill, I hope neither occurred for the poor person that owns that. Across the way, CSX, Wauhatchie. So you're hearing them on the scanner with all the train activity there in the background. Hey girl, look who's here, everybody. Give everybody a big wave. Mama Bear's on site.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Off work?
Yeah.
Mama Bear off work and headed home, and a huge hello to all of you guys.
Mama, Papa Bear, Honey Bear.
Hello to the family, just in case you can't hear. You be safe, you be careful. Good to see you. And there goes Mama Bear. I told you we were on Mama Bear's territory. And she is on her way home. Here in Lookout Valley. And so back to over there on the far side. Just past those trees is the entrance for the CSX Wauhatchie yard, where there's a great big sign that will tell you A, no trespassing, B, watch out for the remote controlled autonomous locomotives. In other words, get out of here if you don't belong, and if you come in here and you don't belong, be careful because you're going to get run over by a great big locomotive that there's nobody in to say, uh-oh, you shouldn't be there. So you'll hear them working across the way. And you'll also hear trains or CSX go through on the backside. So if a train's coming from Nashville going through Chattanooga, you can see it up here on the joint line, or it could go through the backside over there in the Wauhatchie yard. And it extends way down both directions. And there in the background, you got it. See Rock City, visit the incline, Ruby Falls, all there on the back brow of Lookout Mountain.
Hotel shuttle.
There's the far gate on the other side of the crossing, and beautiful Lookout Mountain. Excuse me. And if you're feeling energetic, start walking beside one of those two tracks, and you will end up in Stevenson after you go across the bridge, the Tennessee River, at Bridgeport. When we got here, it was bright, sunny, and windy. Now we're cloudy, windy, and depending which direction you look, there's a little sun here and a little sun there. Here at the old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing, where if 24 gets backed up, you will see a solid straight where but here at this crossing. Ways and everything else will tell you go this way to get around. So, give you a little time on the crossing, then we'll switch over. There's a contractor for AT&T with his sign on very crooked. And we got us a wave. And here's a look back. At our signal boards.
Yeah, motel shuttle, got to pick up at the first 585. I'm on it. Hey, thank you. Got time to run and get a sandwich from Wauhatchie? Yeah. All right, 10-4. I'll get a sandwich. You gonna bring me one too? What do you want? I'm good. Well, if I come in the field, everybody getting by. Go down, drop in, run around, get up to
All right, now things have settled down for a tad. Let's catch up with you guys. As you can tell, sun is off the camera dramatically. Because we're now in the shadow of a set of evergreens behind us. And we are going to be here until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have another 24 minutes scheduled at this crossing as part of our over here, over there, and everywhere trip today as we watch the crossing. And there goes Halcon, Hallcon, 2 of them. Halcon 1, Halcon 2, y'all, Hallcon. They are coming out of the Wauhatchie yard where we just heard them call for a hotel run. So, Halcon transporting the folks from the train crews to and from wherever their next destination is going to be. Well, hello, Gary. Thanks for jumping on. Make sure you subscribe. Hang out with us all the time, anytime, any day, any place, anywhere. The more folks we have, the more fun we get. The more fun we get, the more folks we have. Tell all your friends, neighbors, and everyone you like, check out Rail Moments. Subscribe, and then when you run out of those, Gary, find someone you don't like and tell them, hey, you got to subscribe too, and then you can like them. Hey, we appreciate you, Gary. Thank you very, very, very much for jumping on. Were you in one of the Halcon cars? If so, when you're not driving, let us know. Or when you pull in the hotel. Gary, we'll get back to that in just a moment. Don't you go anywhere, Gary. Like I said, we'll be back. We hear a horn, but again, it could be in the yard, so not sure what or where. but we do have horn. And it could even though we have all regs, it's not unusual to see a train stop here all the time, almost like over at Jersey. So I'm going to be quiet. Let's see what happens. Gary, we have a fantastic city, a beautiful city, a train-rich city, both past and present, and the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, where the little blue guy is here, hanging out over at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. And for those of you that have gotten past the age of the little blue guy, that would be Thomas the Tank Engine, is in town too.
Wow. 11 good to go. Right.
And I didn't know that the remodel was done down in Trenton. I'll have to go see it. I've watched it a couple times, looked around, saw them doing all the work. And so now the old Trenton Depot is a city office. So I guess that means we can't tour around and stick our nose in it and see what's going on there, huh? Can we? Also, Mama Bear or Papa Bear, when we were talking the other day, right on the other side of these two tracks, if you go right down the hill, there is a siding. There's some maintenance of way train equipment sitting on that siding. And that siding is the track on that is 100 years old. I thought that was pretty cool. That noise you hear is over in the yard, the CSX yard. So, Gary, thanks for signing on. Thanks for being in our city. And thanks for spending lots of money to keep the city of Chattanooga rolling today, because we've got enough potholes. Keep them busy all year long. Lucas, do you have an update on train 355 for us? As y'all hear those locomotives working over there in the CSX Wauhatchie yard, with a beautiful backdrop of Lookout Mountain. home to Lookout, excuse me, home to the home of the birdhouse, Rock City. The Incline, which I don't think is open yet from their fire, and Ruby Falls, one-of-a-kind underground cavern. Didn't get a wave back, but I want y'all to know I did my part and I waved. Now, how's that for a view between Production 6 and the long arm of the gate? And yes, you do hear it. Tony, you're gonna miss our train. Here comes 355. You guys better roll, Papa Bear. Thanks, Lucas, for sending us NS 355 on its way to Trenton, where Mama Bear and Papa Bear are going to intercept it. And we are going to be rolling out shortly. And yes, it has just been incredible. And yes, Lucas, a huge thank you for sending us 355. And you guys will never guess who's here. In the flesh, real time. In case you couldn't see his shirt, we just zoomed right in on it. Brian, and I'm just going to throw him on the spot, which is something I do all the time.
Every time.
Every time, not all the time, every time. Brian has just released a whole series of videos where he's had Jesse and I and everybody else trackside here and there. So I'm going to throw him on. He's going to talk good, loud, and clear so you guys can hear, and he's going to fill you in on everything he's released recently. And I know, and I'm not going to steal his thunder, but there's going to be a double heritage conversation in there too. And he's also got a super fun event coming up, so he's got lots to tell you. I'm going to turn the scanner down, and now it's all Brian's.
Well, just like Mike said, recently, was it last weekend? Or no, it was
2
the weekend
weeks.
before, yeah. We were down in Irondale, Alabama for a friend of mine who hosted the first annual Magic City Rail Watch, which it actually had a pretty good turnout, but it wasn't just that, it was the train action was pretty plentiful. And if you guys ever get a chance to go on my channel, which is Trend Up Productions, I just released a 3-part series. You know, the trains that were called. It's called Central Alabama Railfan Weekend. So parts 1, 2, and 3. Now parts 1 and 2 is going to have Jesse and Mike in there, and then part 3 is just me and Jesse at a spot more deep into Birmingham, which there'd be a lot of people familiar with it, called 32nd Street. Well, not only that, but we also discovered a new spot as we walked further on down, close to the 27th Street Junction. So I actually got some pretty good shots, especially with the Sloss Furnace as the backdrop for some of the trains I got to record. So if you guys get a chance, check it out. Now, as far as events go, as of May 17th, we're still trying to get the works in there. I got to speak to somebody that can make a series of phone calls, but we're trying to get a Railfan Appreciation Day for 2 locations. And the way we're trying to get it figured out is the morning part of May 17th would be spent in Bridgeport, Alabama, and the afternoon part would be spent in my hometown of Cowan, Tennessee. Reason being is it's to honor Iron Rail Cams, who's also on YouTube. Go check them out for the live cams that continue to display a live stream of train action in various locations. But it's to honor the fact that these are the first 2 cams that got Iron Rail Cam thing going. So we're still trying to work on the details for it. I got to talk to the founder, and getting all the details put all together. And as soon as I get that all put together, Mike's going to be one of the ones to hear about, so you hear a ton of advertising about that event. But all in all, it was a pretty nice weekend, and yes, we did catch double heritage. It was the L&N and New York Central on IO26. That was the train of the day, and I actually beat my record because in one day I actually caught 3 heritage units. Well, that in one day was up to 4. And what I'm going to name as 4 is not only caught a double heritage on CSX, but I also got the rating as a DPU on one of the outbound trains out of Norris Yard And Amtrak had one of their heritage units trailing on number 20 that when I'm by, you'll see it in the footage if you guys give a look at one of my videos. So anyways, that's the details I want to spare to. I'm going to turn it back over here to Mike.
And give us that channel name one more time.
It's Train Up Productions on YouTube.
And spell that for us.
That's going to be TRAINNUT and then Productions.
You talk faster than I type.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you say it again. TRAIN.
NUT. It's going to be all one word.
It's Train Nut.
Yep.
Train Nut Productions.
Yep.
I thought that's Jesse that changed names. Train Nut Productions, you guys.
It's a little windy out here today.
Oh man, every place we've been, it's been windy.
Yeah.
Like I said, when y'all hang out at railroad crossings, you just never know who you're going to run into. And I tell you what, you've got to check out when he tells you about the cam that's there in Cowan, Tennessee. Man, first of all, it's got tons of lighting. So you can stay, if you can't sleep at night or you work first shift and you're up all night, whatever it is, check it out. And it's real
Iron rail cams.
Iron rail cams, and check out the Cowan camera. It is so beautiful. And at Christmas time, man, Brian has the depot all decorated. And if you check out under the podcast, Brian did a podcast with Casey live there on the spot, right in the museum. It's beautiful. You've got to check it out. And like I said, he's going to be opening in May up there, so we're all going to be up there. And if you decide you want to go now, just get on this track, start walking, and you will end up in Cowan, Tennessee. So we send him trains, he sends us trains, and then all the good ones stop here. They don't make it over to the bird cam, which is on the 122.8, which if you continue on this, you end up at the bird cam. So we want to thank Brian for stopping by. We're going to hang out here for a few more minutes. Let's see, we said 6 o'clock. Whoa, when I say a few more, bye Tony. When I say a few more minutes, we're talking just a few more minutes. And Crash, let's see. And yes, the Bridgeport cam is also part of the
Iron rail cams.
Iron rail cam. See, when you're old, you can't remember stuff, so you got to have Brian help me get along.
Yeah.
Every now and then I call Brian and say, hey, Brian, I'm not sure which way north is, and I'm at this crossing. Where do I go? Oh, Mike, you lost again. I said, yeah, as always. So anyhow, thanks for being on. We're going to switch back, and we're going to give it 5 minutes. And if we don't have green or horn, that will probably be it for the day, unless Jesse decides he wants to go do a little night shot tonight, and we take production 6 out with all the lights on. So back to the crossing. 5 minutes is your countdown, and as John will tell you, as soon as we do that, that scares a train into coming. So here we are, Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing, where across the way there is all the insect test catchers. And when I tell you there's a bunch of flies here, go over there and throw out a piece of bread or whatever it is flies like, and they're these huge black ones. So I guess they're testing how to catch them all, because boy, there's a bunch of them. So back to the crossing, back to the action, where we have 5 minutes to catch our next train. And as soon as our next train hears that, he's going to come roaring in here, because John will tell you that's how you catch them. If that doesn't work, you just find one volunteer that loves to do the train dance. Sheldon's not here, so we can't get him to do it, but he has taught a couple others that are on here how to do that train dance. All right, whoever's doing that train dance, y'all better get to dancing hard. And a train over in the Wauhatchie yard does not count as attracting a train. You've got to have a real one on one of these 3 tracks right here. Oh, hey, whoever did the train dance, you just outdid yourself. We've got
I guess I'll stick around for this one.
maybe Brian drew them in, or one of you did the train dance. I don't know. I don't care. As long as we got green, y'all can have the credit. Cover your ears, it's loud here. All right, everybody. I know, I get excited. There's a reason. Brian's ready. He's got camera in hand. I'm ready. Remember, always keep a safe distance. Wear your bright clothing so they can see you, and above all, have that ear protection, because it is 125,000 decibels the train wheel horn is?
130.
130,000 decibels is how loud a train horn is. So, unless you want to go the rest of the afternoon going, wow, that was a great train, and it just lives with you for about 8 hours, always have something ready to keep that noise level down, so that when you get home, Mrs. S says something to you, you can still hear her. As you can see, Brian's ready. We're behind the gate. We got green. And we're gonna roll you in the direction of our next train. Whoever sees it first, you holler. And whoever hears it first, you type horn. Mama Bear, I hope y'all got your train down there in Trenton. They were telling me the Trenton terminal's done, and it's now a city office. They were redoing it. I thought they was going to do a museum or something, but apparently it's now city offices. So we got green coming from that direction. Anybody want to guess what it is, feel free. We'll see who's going to be the one that goes and buys tonight's lottery numbers.
Trains in Wildwood right now. It's an NS train under the symbol Z35005.
Here.
It's in Wildwood.
Total axle 3.
The 140, and we are at that defect detector is 6 miles out, and that means shortly, like now, you're going to see a train. Brian's yelling hard. I hope y'all typed it before him. want to stay there or you want to come up here? Okay. Now y'all can start guessing NS, BNSF, or CSX. What do y'all think's up front? Remember, it can be all three here. And UP. So you got 4 choices we see here.
Stuff out there earlier was one train working against Wisconsin, the air power. I looked up the tours where it goes up to Citico. There's one elements.
They had so many trains here, you couldn't see anything else. So I went and came over here. It's something I rolled up, it's just a stop system. I was really surprised to see a distinctive train going backwards. It was really It's a long ways to see it. Yeah. It's amazing how
CSX T4023. Operator down. CSX T4023. Operator down. CSX T4023. Operator down. That's a good one. Now what is that, ASL?
We're at the 140, I think it's 105, isn't it? Or no, 105. Okay, we were 140, so 5 miles an hour. Yeah. So car running good, no problem. All right, we got 1 vote for CSX from John and 1 vote from Lucas for NS. And there's Mrs. S. And I bet Mrs. S is calling to tell y'all hello. Hey, you got to. NYKE, there we go! From California! That's like the Green Hornet.
Milepost 208.1, no defect.
Well, everybody, Mrs. S said to tell y'all,
Milepost 208.1, no defect.
Mrs. S said to tell y'all hi, and that she was hungry, and for her wayward husband, lost out there in Wildwood, or wherever this place is, she said, come home and take me to dinner. So, we're going to give, it is 6:26 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to give it 4 minutes for a train to find us, and then we are going to shut the satellite down. We are going to pack up Production 6, and we're going to head home and get my lovely wife and go out to dinner. Now, we'll be back later tonight. Don't know. It would be fun to do something this evening. Throw some likes up somewhere and catch something. Just for fun. So, we ended up with NS. Robert, nice emoji. I like that. We had some fantastic art from Care Bears to you name it. To NYKE, which we see at least almost one every time we're out. Here at the Wauhatchie Pike, Old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing. The CSX Wauhatchie Yard behind us. And Mama Bear, Papa Bear, glad you caught one more with Little B before he went home. So, if anyone's new, thank you for being on. And it is April 5th, Saturday evening in the year 2025. Once we hit done, this will upload. Once YouTube processes it, it will go into our live category. And then once Casey processes our thumbnail and all the rest of the magical things he does, which we so appreciate him for, because otherwise none of this would work. He keeps us on the air. So, and then it will, at once it processes, in case he's done, it'll go in the Trackside Live category on our Rail Moments YouTube. So, everybody new, make sure you subscribe. Call a friend, have them subscribe. Every time we're live, they can jump on live. Everybody can chat, as you saw today. And it helps the channel. It helps us know that you're having a good time. And it's kind of like going down the road and there's two restaurants. One has a bunch of cars on one side, one doesn't have any. Where are you going to go eat? Probably the one with a bunch of cars because you think it's a great place to go. Well, it's because all the employees park out front at that restaurant. So, again, thanks everybody for being on with us. We are going to give it a couple more minutes and then we will be done. So, again, a huge thank you to all of you. Y'all give yourselves a big thank you. While we wind down and start packing here on Rail Moments at the old Wauhatchie Pike Crossing on the AGS and the Joint Line or the Chattanooga Subline, whichever you prefer to call it.
585 Wauhatchie.
You two be safe going home. I'll see you between now and Monday. All right, everybody. There's a peek through between the door. There goes Brian. Y'all be good. And from Casey and I to all of you, thanks for being with us. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for a good time. We have had so much action here today. So from Wauhatchie, Pike Crossing, from Casey and I, we will see you at the next crossing.